a feeling in my heart, feeling in my soul, feeling me up from my head to my toes. Kama mapenzi ya kawaida, penzi siwezi kuelewa kabisa. There is a feeling in my heart, feeling in my soul, feeling me up from my head to my toes. Kama mapenzi ya kawaida, penzi siwezi kuelewa kabisa. Such a sweet feeling to feel beautiful feeling to feel love. Feel love, 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 love. Mara kwa mara najipata kwenye ziwa isiyo na mipaka. I drift away in the sweet, sweet place as I think of the ways I'll share with you my sweet love. Mama, mama, my sweet love, my sweet love, 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 love. And it's a feeling in my heart, feeling in my soul, feeling me up from my head to my toes. Kama mapenzi ya kawaida, ni penzi siwezi kuelewa kabisa. And it's a feeling in my heart, feeling in my soul, feeling me up from my head to my toes. Kama mapenzi ya kawaida, ni penzi siwezi kuelewa kabisa. Such a sweet feeling to feel love, 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 love. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bibi wase kama mnajua hakuna kulala ni kupandisika mpaka che. Tukiwa pamoja tuchore mpango leo mpaka che. Hamua hakuna kusuba, hamua twende klabu tubanjuke. Machaguo twende raundi mwenda, hao mali wasupa tuwasuke.
Kiswahili venye yastahili, waingie akili, waachilie mwili. Leo kila kitu tunajua mpaka che. Niambieni tu mnatakaje? Maboys wanataka kupewa mpaka che. Asubuhi waamke waende gym tizi. Madaimu wanataka game mpaka che. Asubuhi waamke na gym wizi. Tukijuana mpaka che. Tukijuana mpaka che. Gaiza mpaka che. Tukibamisha mpaka che.
Ama tupaki kejani, tuchane bebe tukibambua mpaka che. Ama twende base, tutunge kambi na mastori mpaka che. Ama tusahao, story yote tukalale. Hapana, nafikiri twende kesha, tutubu dhambi mpaka mchana. Kama wajua, wajitambua, hamua ya kushua. Wacha kuzuba, wacha kujitupa, hamua sasa wacha kujifunga. Mimi na wewe,
Tukijuana
mpaka che. Na wewe,
tukijuana
mpaka che. Mimi na wewe,
Gaiza
mpaka che. Na wewe,
tukibamisha
mpaka che.
security city lights tubaki on mpaka che. Shika manzi vitaijo usimuache. Fanya hii usiku ya kuremember bana. Sahau siku vitu zimeenda mrama. Kawochi kagadi wakahadi uitwe tochi. Ulete nuru gizani yambia shauri. Sasa darling toka saa hii hadi che niwe na nani.
Na kuburudika mpaka che. Leo hakuna tiku delay. Nikupandisika mpaka che. Tujirushe mpaka che. Na kuburudika mpaka che. Leo hakuna tiku delay. Nikupandisika mpaka che. Tujirushe mpaka che. Na kuburudika mpaka che. Leo hakuna tiku delay. Nikupandisika mpaka che. Tujirushe mpaka che. Na kuburudika mpaka che.
Track inanichangamsha na vile nilikuwa nimechoka. Nimechoka na kutoa kitu kidogo. Ikitatao karansha dosh kama mbao. Kasi tatao kitu kidogo. Story kitu kidogo. Nasema nene story kitu kidogo. Talala nane story kitu kidogo. Miambele dosajo. Nimechoka na kutoa hongo. Story kitu kidogo. Nasema nene story kitu kidogo. Talala nane story kitu kidogo. Miambele dosajo. Nimechoka na kutoa kila wii anadai corruption ni blanda. Hata makarau lakini bado wananihanda. Napatana nao usiku nkitoka job kwa njia ka sina mia hawezi nihurumia.
Wanza kitana eputoa kipande
Maze Joe uskini lisa hawafande.
Okay, sasa itabidi umelala naye.
Bana najua right zangu yesu kubali.
Ati una right minaona una wrong.
Akanipiga kibao karivasi ndani yao.
Kweka ima wako Mariamu. Inaniongelesha unadhani we ni nyanyangu.
Si hivyo nimefikisha 18 tujuzi. Na kwata ID tafa shunelo kuna upuzi. Ina go down.
Ebu slow down. Silevi yonongaza kuongea ganje.
Story kitu kidogo.
Nasema nini story kitu kidogo. Talala ndani story kitu kidogo. Miambele dosajo.
Nimechoka na kutoa hongo.
Story kitu kidogo. Nasema nini story kitu kidogo. Talala ndani story kitu kidogo. Miambele dosajo.
Nimechoka na kutoa hongo. Tumechezana watu ka 15 kwa hiyo pick up. Kila store wakosi watu wa kupick up. Kaa huna ganji
beba yeye.
Nikani mathri
beba yeye.
wote wanabonga juu ya thugi anaitwa Onyi. Nasikia huko ndani yendo fast body. Wanuliza karao
Onyi hayuko. Hamna bahati nyangao. Onyi ilo.
Nikaa kila mtu hapo wanatupa mbao. Wanachilia wakibrai karao na mathao. Kabaki solo sana elekea ndani bana.
Umefika nyumbani. Ishura.
Ananiandikia sina ID kwa kitabu ya OB. Kisha anaongezea drunk and disorderly. Anakubali amekosea lakini eti ana raba.
Neza kutokinunua raba 700.
Story kitu kidogo.
Nasema nini story kitu kidogo. Talala ndani story kitu kidogo. Miambele dosajo.
Nimechoka na kutoa hongo.
Story kitu kidogo. Nasema nini story kitu kidogo. Talala ndani story kitu kidogo. Miambele dosajo.
Nimechoka na kutoa hongo. Kuna nuka kacho watu wamelala kwa floor 444 hadi wana snow. Najisunda kando nipate kusingizi. Nasikia
Onyi hapa na nyama bichi.
kuna giza titi kuona si easy. Onyi anabonga ujapa chini kidhani yatanipiga hadi ni dedi anazusha. Mafala wanashika wakini ananishoni keti tunaanza kupiga story mpaka che kumbe jela siku bori. Napata mabeste ka 52 kwa ndani mmoja mpaka ananiahidi job mtaani. Imepita kama mwaka Expect yangu hiyo noma, nilipata hiyo job na nilipa vinoma. Kwa Toyota Prado simamishwa na karao, na cheka kama wenda saile na mshow. Sitobi kitu kidogo,
nasema nini? Sitobi kitu kidogo, utalala ndani. Sitobi kitu kidogo, miambele sajo, nimechoka na kutoa hongo. Sitobi kitu kidogo, nasema nini? Sitobi kitu kidogo, utalala ndani. Sitobi kitu kidogo, miambele sajo, nimechoka na kutoa hongo.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Siku hizi mimi nasikia wakisema ni bwana wa Alrighty, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's really good to have you join us. This is the 2nd of February. Oh my goodness, happy new month on that front, by the way. I do not know where January has gone by, but hey, we are in Feb and the show must go on. So karibuni sana. It's really good to have you. Happy new month. Are you excited about the new month? All those New Year's resolutions, did you at least get to do one thing that you put in your New Year's resolution? I remember last year in December is when I was revisiting my New Year's resolutions, and boy, I had not even done one of the things. But this year we are doing it different. We are doing it better. I hope that is the plan for you. But hey, welcome to the Monday edition of the Power Morning Drive Show. My name is Wanyoike, and I am pretty stoked to have you join us this morning. As usual, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. You can find us across all socials. We are Power Radio. Find us on YouTube as well. If you've not yet subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. It really goes a long way for us as well, and also for you. You get to be educated, entertained, and everything in between. And also you can get us in touch. You can get us, on our website at www.power254.org/Power Radio. Right. Let me tell you what to expect on today's show. And I start off, of course, with the day's traffic updates. Again, I still do not understand the madness that has been the traffic situation in Nairobi since the year began. And I also understand that the Matatu Owners Association put out a statement saying that they were going to be on strike today or on crackdowns for some reason. I'm not so sure which routes are affected, but I do understand that there has been a lot of rerouting this year, this morning. So yeah, please lock in. You might as well find yourself in the middle of that business and just being caught up in that might also affect traffic in one way or the other, but we will get to see how the situation plays out tonight. And then of course we will look at some highlights of what our dailies are looking like this morning with our local newspaper review. And then today I have a book here, and I don't know whether you can see, but the book is titled The Heroine Sex Workers of the Mau Mau, and it's a book written by Marion, the activist. She's authored this book as a love offering to the silences of the women of the armed struggle for independence. And I'm pretty excited to talk about what exactly this book is for, why she decided to write this book, and how we can rethink erasure, especially when it comes to women's history and what they did to make to in the fight for liberty and freedom and independence as we know it. So it's a conversation that you definitely do want to stick around as we get into that. But for now, let me look at the situation on our roads this morning. And of course, I start off with the Thika Superhighway. And yes, things are looking crazy. From KCA University all the way down towards the Globe roundabout, things are looking quite busy as you make your way towards town. The same situation also happening along Kiambu Road, and the situation starts just slightly after Siata City Mall at Ridgeways down towards the Pangani intersection as well. Then we also have same situation. Oh, sorry, I actually did not say the correct thing. Traffic on Thika Road starts from Kenyatta University campus down all the way down. Yes, it's looking messy. I'm sorry about that, but yes, just guys lock in. But you have a long way to go today, quite literally as well. Then we also have the same situation happening along Peponi Road. Things are looking chaotic. It's bumper bumper to bumper. There's no question about it. Same situation also happening along Limuru Road. Traffic starts all the way from the village market as you make your way towards the Karura area. Very busy as you make your way towards also the Lavington Mall, all the way down towards the Junction Mall, which inena kushikana na Ngong Road, which is also looking very messy this morning. Naivasha Road is also an absolute mess from Naivas Supermarket reroute as you make your way towards the Junction Mall. So that is definitely the situation there. Magadi Road is also looking very busy. I do understand there is a construction of some road happening as you gear your way up towards the Park Place area. So towards the Galleria Mall, things are looking quite busy, which also affects the traffic as you make your way towards the T-Mall roundabout. But yes, Langata Road, an absolute mess this morning. Same situation also for Raila Odinga Road as you make your way from T-Mall down towards the Ngumo Estate, then spill over towards the Kenyatta roundabout as well. And finally, on the east side of town, Mombasa Road, things are looking busy. The traffic starts all the way from just shortly after the Panari Hotel, making your way down towards the Nairobi West Hospital. Lusaka Road looking very busy. Jogoo Road, an absolute nightmare, please to be avoided. Outer Ring Road looking like a mayhem this morning all the way, and it's both lanes, by the way. Embakasi, that whole stretch is an absolute mess as well. Making your way towards Cabanas bus station on that front, guys. Yeah, it's expected. I do not know what's happening on our roads nowadays, but pretty much everywhere is a mess, and I think in no time you guys should be out of the woods. But for now, let me jump into some music. When we come back, we get into our newspaper review and look at some of the headlines that have been making the rounds. Do keep it Power Radio.
Nina mabeste nani ya gare mazi kitu lazima ahanywe kagomba leo lazima kanase kachombwe kamame shababa lazima katemwe shalale lazima pakatwe tanani nyumbani atamai akadwe ahanywe nina ndugu zangu ndani ya gari yama mamazi 50 tutafika lini? Guaranteed leo tunawaingia kusini, chini kwa chini, juu kwa juu, side to side till I see what's inside. Girl, it's no lie, the way you shake your behind, I'm about to lose my mind. Pick up the remote and rewind to my car, please jump inside. From your friends, I'll show you where we can hide. In the midst of the pirates, you can have anything you want. Sare, we got it from the back to the front. Sare, mina mabeste nani ya gare. Sare, mazi kitu lazima ahanywe. Sare, kagomba leo lazima kanase. Sare, kachombwe. Sare, kamame. Sare, shababa lazima katemwe. Sare, shalale lazima pakatwe. Sare, tanani nyumbani atamai. Sare, akadwe. Sare, ahanywe. Simsare, kijana mewangushia trust kadha za kuwasaidia kupate. Ni nane, hajui rap bila isa ni kama sigara bila nare. Base, nifungulie njia nipate kutiririka kama bia ya pesa nipe futi sita nipate kuwaburudisha. Hinia, kila mmoja amekuwa kingojea flow ya Kiswahili. Kila mnati tayari kuamka na kubounce kidati kuingia flow katikati kugonga wadi bila kuambia samahani. Ala, waleta bala, I thought you're my guy, kumbe you're just another fella. Ipi rafiki sahili lakini mabete ninao tembea nao wamechizi. Wala samaki na ndizi baada ya chizi. Nipe wakati kidogo na utawaona kwa TV. Internet sites all over the PC. Wakihang na mamanzi ijapokuwa wanati wamedress kama babi vinywaji ni bale. Si usare na mabete nani ya gare. Sare, mazi kitu lazima ahanywe. Sare, kagomba leo lazima kanase. Sare, kachombwe. Sare, kamame. Sare, shababa lazima katemwe. Sare, shalale lazima pakatwe. Sare, tanani nyumbani atamai. Sare, akadwe. Sare, ahanywe. Ilingo ngoma yangu isimame, na kuomba lyrics zangu usichanganye, na kuomba hiyo maiki usinipe unless unataka crowd iwike. Sare shika dada karibu na wewe, chini kwa chini bila wasiwasi, usimuachilie mpaka ikate, nitahakikisha na wika ili ngoma yangu isimame, na kuomba lyrics zangu usichanganye, na kuomba hiyo maiki usinipe unless unataka crowd iwike. Sare shika dada karibu na wewe, chini kwa chini bila wasiwasi, usimuachilie mpaka ikate, nitahakikisha na wika. Sare ina mabeste ndani ya gari. Sare mazi kitu lazima ahanywe. Sare kagomba leo lazima kanase. Sare kachongwe. Sare kamame. Sare kisha baba lazima katemwe. Sare kisha lale lazima pakatwe. Sare kitandani nyumbani atambae. Sare akadwe. Sare ahanywe ina mabeste ndani ya gari. Sare mazi kitu lazima ahanywe. Sare kagomba leo lazima kanase. Sare kachongwe. Sare kamame. Sare kisha baba lazima katemwe. Sare kisha lale lazima pakatwe. Sare kitandani nyumbani atambae. Sare akadwe. Sare ahanywe.
Tumekuja kupati DJ hebu weka traki, tukule happy halafu tufungue sakafu, sababu inabamba inashika, wimbo la tisa inatufikisha, ukiachilia mahewa manze DJ unatubeba. Boom boom ba, boom 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 ba, boom boom ba, boom ba boom ba. Boom boom ba, boom 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 ba, boom boom ba, boom ba boom ba. Karibia, inakubamba, vipi dada, shake your nanda, inakutouch touch, si relax kwenye dance floor, show us your what. Unanoki, hauchoki, kwenye dance floor, hautoki, unahisi hii muziki, unahisi nameless na mimi nameless.
Eliza in conjunction with Ogopa, tumekuja kuhakikisha kwamba speakers zinasikika. Hey yo mister, are you a member? Hey yo sister, wacha kulenga. Can't you see that I'm talking to you? Sasa weka mikono juu. Boom boom ba, boom 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 ba, boom boom ba. Ukikatika na hingoma, just be cool as a cucumber.
Hello name the super fresh lakini twende wewe yeye wewe vice versa vile wataka.
Mr. Brother wacha kuzuba, ukisleki hautapata.
Fungua macho, floni yako, cheza wimbo kama ni wako, cheza wimbo kama ni wako, sababu huu wimbo ni wako.
Iza hatucheki na watu,
Nameless hatucheki na watu,
ma MC hatucheki na watu,
Ogopa hatucheki na watu. Unahisi hizi flow za Afrika, unahisi kama unakatika. Can you feel this front to the rear? Can you feel this up in here?
boom boom ba, boom 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 ba, boom boom ba. Ukikatika na hingoma, just be cool as a cucumber.
Na tumekuja kupati, ambia wenzetu samahani, hawako nasi na tuko nao, basi wametupa mbao, sababu inabamba inashika, wimbo la tisa inatufikisha, ukiachilia mahewa manze DJ unatubeba. Boom boom ba, boom 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 ba, boom boom ba, boom ba boom ba. Boom boom ba, boom 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 ba, boom boom ba. Ukikatika na hingoma,
bamba.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Ninanoki, nikisikia hii muziki.
Mimi na wewe, mimi na wewe, mimi na wewe.
Nameless na wewe.
Mimi na wewe, mimi na wewe, mimi na wewe.
It's a Friday night, everything's alright. Enyinyi my best day, twende tukatike. If you like to dance, well then here's your chance. Sisi wa Nairobi, tunapenda happy. Umefurahi, wacha kujidai. Hey you over there, hey you look familiar. Situkatike, mimi na wewe. Huyu chikiji akona bidii, ana dance kuku huku na huyu jamaa, huyu shujaa anajua kukata bila kuhata. That you feel like we moving, you underway, yeah. Ogopa DJ, wacha kujilei, sisi tumefika, sasa tutawika.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Wella. Okay, we got y'all. Giddy, machi, in the house on death, desire. What the hell is you looking for? Can I young Luo make money anymore? Shake your feet, baby girl, and hang on. Maji, nyakuaro, did you want my Luo? But who are you? What are you? Who the hell do you think you are? Do you know me? Do I know you? Get the hand out of my face because, hey, I am unbogable. I am unbeatable. I am unsuable.
Biggie doga parody. Orango Jimmy doga parody. Julie Dunia Bea Julu you over me. You over me. I say you over me. I am unbelievable. You over me. You over me. I say you over me. I am unbelievable. Yes, I know what digging up. Nekwada tengo jakoboto ngama tugo koda. Listen, nobody can buogo me. Neither nobody can buogo this. Giddy big name, I'm sellable. Kama pili yes, I'm terrible. Kanyamua homa bing, I'm a chalakoda. Do you know giddy son buogo? Buogo me. Buogo me. I say buogo me. I am unbelievable. Buogo me. Over me, I said, over me. I am unbelievable. Aguambo, gini take my nadeni. Yawa, gini take my nadeni. Jobondo, gini lich my nadeni. You are unbelievable. Orengo, gini take my nadeni. Yawa, gini take my nadeni. Joganya, gini lich my nadeni. You are unbelievable. Anyanyongo, gini take my nadeni. Yawa, gini pek manadeni. Joseme, gini lich manadeni. You are unbelievable. Jodone, gini pek manadeni. Yawa, gini pek manadeni. Joge, gini lich manadeni. You are unbelievable. Ochuoto, gini pek manadeni. Yawa, gini pek manadeni. Rangwe, gini lich manadeni. You are unbelievable. Over me. Over me, I say, over me. I am unbelievable. Over me, over me, I say, over me. I am unbelievable. Over me, over me, I say, over me. I am unbelievable. Over me. Over me, I said, who can move over me? I am unbelievable. Yawa, gini pek manadeni. Yawa, gini pek manadeni. Yawa, gini pek manadeni.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That is Giddy Giddy Maji Maji with Ann Buogabo. I'm really loving the playlist this morning. My producer gets the chef's kiss because of, just something a little special for the millennials. I know that my millennials right now are gagging to this playlist. Just really, really good time. Good old days, as they used to call it, right here on Power Radio, where you tune in and power up. This is the Power Morning Drive Show, where you make your mornings count, and I am your host, Ann Wanyoike. Again, remember, you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. Please go follow us there, engage us, comment, whatever it is. Please, 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 it would be lovely to hear from you. And you can also find us on our website, www.power254.org/Power Radio. Find us also on our YouTube channel. Please, if you've not yet subscribed, please do go on our YouTube channel. It is Power Radio. Hit on that notification bell so that whenever we are live, you definitely will be the first to know. Now, let's get into a quick skim through of what our papers are looking like this morning. And looking at the Standard newspaper, the story that they are leading with is the grand cover-up. Now, police bosses are playing PR games, refusing to name officers caught on CCTV and hiding behind unnamed administrators as brutality keeps repeating. From Nandi Hills pool hall beatings to church raids, the pattern is familiar. Now, Senator Samson Cherargei accuses Inspector General Douglas Kanja of shielding rogue officers and dismisses disciplinary moves as a stunt. Kevin Maseri's killing in Kitengela drives the point home. Shot outside a pub, he died as his friend fights for life. With IPOA probing and promises piling up, Kenyans are left asking, who will finally be held to account? And that is a story on page 4 of the Standard newspaper. Then, moving swiftly on the Daily Nation, the same story, a grand cover-up, that's what they're calling it. I don't know whether it was planned or it was a happy coincidence that the two leading newspapers have the same leading story, but the Daily Nation captures it a week after the violent attack on former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua at a church in Udhaya. There are still no arrests, and the government has signaled it has no intentions of going after the planners of the violence. By shifting the investigation from the DCI to IPOA, officials have narrowed the organized crime to a police misconduct probe, which means the politicians and goons blamed for the chaos have been left off the hook. That is a story that continues on page 4, 5, and 6 of the Daily Nation. Then we have a story on As President Warns Against Politics in Church. Is a story about President William Ruto breaks his silence on violence during church services, warning politicians against retrogressive politics and chaos in places of worship. We have a story on how Ruto used Uhuru script on KU land saga. Professor Paul Wainaina had survived long enough to usher in the new administration of President William Ruto that promptly reinstated him. But as he soon discovered, the more things change, the more they remain the same. And lastly, on education, decline of public schools puts future of learners at stake. Over the past 3 decades, there has been a significant shift from public to private schools as more parents lose confidence in the state-run institutions. So to get your full lowdown of that story, grab your copy of the Daily Nation. And last but not least, a quick look at the Business Daily and some of the stories that they are leading with. Is taxpayers face 23 billion Kenya shillings bill over Coco Network's death. We also have a story about the Nairobi Securities Exchange investors gain 138 billion in January on blue chips rally. The UK beat Saudi amid shifts in Kenya diaspora remittances. The UK has, for the first time in 3 years, overtaken Saudi Arabia as the second largest source of diaspora remittances to Kenya, reclaiming a position it had lost to the Middle East country. We also have a story on EABL ground for a sustainability bond. And lastly, Kenyan Eurobonds rally on Moody's rating upgrade. That is the end of our local news roundup. Now, when we come back, my guest is already in studio. Today, I will be talking to Marion, the activist, and what you can see me holding is a book that she has authored. It's a love offering to the silenced and erased women of the struggle of the Mau Mau. The book is titled The Heroine Sex Workers of the Mau Mau. It's from my reading. It's full of very gut-wrenching and harrowing stories. So I want to give a trigger warning to anybody who will be listening in as we talk about some of the vulgarities in this book. It was very triggering, I have to say. But also, on the flip side was a lot of hope and dreams reignited for a country that has gone through so much trials and tribulation, to see that there are people who are willing to put their life on the line for the liberties and for the freedoms of other people beyond themselves. So when we come back, again, I will say this trigger warning. Please just be alerted or be aware that we are going to get into some very disturbing and graphic conversations, because that is the book, The Heroine, Sex Workers of the Mau Mau, and some of the... I think the best way to give justice to the story is to tell it as it is, including the most painful, the most shameful stories that you can tell about it. And so, yes, please come back and we get into this book as we get more information about what it means, even for such a time as this, in the Kenyan, in part of our Kenyan history, by the author herself, Marion, the activist. See you in a while.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Okay, living in the sky, mingling with the clouds. I'm so far high, I can't even see the ground. I take a look down and see these niggas frowning and wondering how I pass, and how these kids counting more money than them, getting girls than them. You can say I'm supernatural like the nigga Ben 10. You can call me a lion and the game is my den. I guess it's my time, ask Big Ben. Youngin' in the game, style so insane. Rap futuristic, computer like brain. I said it once before, ain't here for the fame. I'm just here to make a point so you remember my name. Rap remains an art that I ain't need any brushes, and not many got the gift of golden touches. And that's why I give thanks for what I got, and I know one day I'ma hit the top spot, Jay.
Living in the sky, don't care what they say. Licking my top, we drink it all day. Ride till we go crazy. Dumbala, dumbala, eh. I got nothing to lose. I'm sexy 'cause I choose. And if you feel it too, say dumbala, dumbala, eh.
Okay, I'm just a young kid from the 254. They say you only live once, you ain't gotta tell me more. That's why I get it all day and blow it all night. And I'll be living my life and everything is alright. See me and my girl Sage, we party all night, posted in a VIP. We shining so bright, all the bottles on me. Put your money all aside, everything is all free. Decide just ride. Yeah, so sip some and get high. You can even roll one, relax and just lie. Yeah, or you can get up on the dance floor, shake some, grab a girl, but I ain't paid for. Look, I don't dance, but I do my thing. I let my girl dance for me instead while a nigga sing. Cause when he leave the club and hop in the bed, it's like a ring. Man, I beat it all night, I turned it to a fiend.
Living in the sky, don't care what they say. Licking my top, we drink it all day. Ride till we go crazy. Dumbala, dumbala, eh. I got nothing to lose. I'm sexy 'cause I choose. And if you feel it too, say dumbala, dumbala, eh. I just like to be me. I like a bird, I like to be free. I don't break the rules, I make my own seed. I just
Wake up, do it, be me.
So be yourself, to hell with all the rules. I don't follow no footsteps, I make them as I move. I said it once and I don't really like repeating. I'm the best at what I do, if you don't like it, nigga, beat it.
Never been in my shoes, better tell me nothing. Life is for the living and there ain't no stopping. This is for the ones not afraid to do something.
Yes, I'm winning and I did it and I found it and I got it.
Living in the sky, don't care what they say. Licking my top, we drink it all day. Ride till we go crazy. Dumbala, dumbala, eh. I got nothing to lose. I'm sexy 'cause I choose. And if you feel it too, say dumbala, dumbala, eh. Living in the sky, don't care what they say. Licking my top, we drink it all day. Ride till we go crazy. Dumbala, dumbala, eh. I got nothing to lose. I'm sexy 'cause I choose. And if you feel it too, say dumbala, dumbala, eh.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio. Dere wa ma 3, konda wa ma 3. Pia kama unapanda ma 3. Necessary noise.
Boy, that Kenyan boy make me heart skip a bit like boy. The way he ma move on the dance floor, boy.
He a original Kenyan boy. Yo, why rate the love child? Nazizi, the first lady. We make it hot. You know, we make it hot.
Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi.
Nilikutana na yeye nikipanda 23 kwenye bus stop akinicheki secretly. Jamaa was so fly, yo karibu mini bleki. Akapanda ma3 karibu na mikaketi. Immediately sikungoja sikusleki, nikajidai excuse me unafegi. Got his attention, sasa power mambo deadly. Ni aje Charlie, vipi unaitwa nani? Mi naitwa Naz na Burundio mtaani. Where you going to? Unashuka upande gani? And if you don't mind, twende roundi mtaani. I like the way you smell, hiyo ni cologne gani? Umenibamba style nyingine deadly yani. Unapenda reggae, nina collection nyumbani. Tumefika kuja piga left hapa njiani. Pop some of that tuongee mambo flani.
Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Like the way she want to hide among her friends, yeah. Beautiful little makeup on her face, yeah. Little shy but she brave when she tipsy. On the floor on her waist like she gypsy. Gucci dress kinda high above her knees. Slim figure like a model from Venice. She be manicured, you know that be has teeth. Kinda smile that I feel leave you like a man want to step up, you know them all afraid to walk up and picture love. Them want to know her name. See all the man, them want to get her and buy her what she drink. To all of them she like a treasure, you know she be me Kenyan girl. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi.
Boy, that Kenyan boy make me heart skip a bit like boy. The way him a move on the dance floor, boy. He a original Kenyan boy.
Critical when she bring her body close. When she wind up her body like a snake. Look at her body like the figure number 8. Make all the man pan your place hesitate.
Boy, that Kenyan boy make me heart skip a bit like boy. The way him a move on the dance floor, boy. He a original Kenyan boy.
Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi. Kenyan girl, won't you come take a walk with me?
Namtaka Charlie wa Nairobi. Kenyan boy, won't you come take a walk with me?
Oh, tunataka mazi wa Nairobi.
Yo, my 3s are 2-3, West T, 2-3s are Jerry, Jerusana out top, 46 Hali, Kileo Ngwaro, Mogaka, piga left hapo na kucheki, 44 Kahawa na Githurai, 10 tuko pamoja for life, 58 Buru, ongeza mahewa man, 33 Emba, number 11 South B, South C, Omosh, weka matuta, number 8 Kibich, 19 Komana, number 4, number 9 it's Lee, Khalid Nzima, Gitonga na Mwasa, see you, number 15 LGT, punguza mahewa, makarao wako kwa horizon, matriza dandot, 110 up the river, asanteni kwa kumfikisha wire safe, one love, pia 125, 126, date represent tunakam, Magare North, Shuttle Massive, matri zote sijataja, tuko pamoja kama mama, mabeste,
Boy, that Kenyan boy make me heart skip a bit like boy. The way him a move on the dance floor, boy. He a original Kenyan boy.
from sunrise to sunset, all day and night.
Power Radio.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That is Necessary Noise, Kenyan girl, Kenyan boy, playing it for you, Kenyan girls and Kenyan boys, right here on Power Radio. This is the Power Morning Drive Show. Yes, it is the show where you make your mornings count, and I am your host, Anne Wanyoike. Again, remember you can get in touch with us on our social media handles. We are Power Radio across all socials. You can also call in live, text us, or send us a voice note on our line, which is 0748 379 231. Again, 0748 379 231. We get this Kiki on the road. Now, on today's episode, we are going to be talking about something that is very close and dear to my heart. It's the story of Kenya. It's the story of Kenya's women. It's the story of Kenya's women and their armed struggle for your independence, my independence, and our shared common liberation. And so the book that I want us to discuss today, or rather the book that we are going to be discussing today, is this one that I'm holding on my hand. And the book is The Heroine Sex Workers of the Mau Mau. It's a book that has been powerfully authored down by Marion, the activist, who is a human rights defender with extensive experience in gender equality, social justice, and community empowerment. She currently serves as the executive director of Mount Kenya Defenders, a regional human rights organization dedicated to the protection and promotion of human rights at the grassroots level. Yes, I did mention that she's the one who has authored this book, and so we already have her in studio, and we are going to get to know her a little bit better, and then later on we will get into the meats and the bones of this book titled The Heroine Sex Workers of the Mau Mau. And I did mention earlier, but I'm going to mention again, trigger warning, because the subject matter that has been captured so beautifully by Marion is very heavy. Some bits were hard and tough for me to read, and so please be warned that as you proceed from this point going forward, just know that it will get heavy as we go, but the story has to be told. Marion Njoroge, or Marion the activist, is really, really, really good to have you. Nice to meet you. Karibu sana Power Radio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. Right. So maybe for the people that might not know who you are and are not familiar with some of your work, kindly introduce yourself and tell us just a bit. I mean, nimeguzia too, but it's always nice to hear from the horse's mouth.
I'm a human rights defender.
Yeah.
With 10 years experience. I have a decade in the human rights work.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, organizing around Mount Kenya region, because I realized there was a very big body in terms of organizing the human rights activities. I have an issue with children rights and also women rights. I do a lot of rescues on children who've been tortured, children who've been abused, an area that not many people have explored. And so right now I'm doing a lot on children and women,
right,
and violence against women. Yeah. And I've started a journey to tell the erased history of our independence and the contribution of our women that was never told.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it what was your journey towards the social justice and activism? Where does that come from?
First of all, what many people don't know, I was training as a journalist.
Okay.
And I was interning in a local media house. And it was during this time there was a lot of enforced disappearances, the Mungiki. And I keep saying where I come from in Gashi really shaped me and their environs. Many people are disappearing from, many young men were disappearing from the areas of Banana, Mushada. And so as an intern, I was very, very instrumental in bringing these families to the newsroom.
Right.
And I became a shadow journalist.
Okay.
And I realized there was something beyond the news. There was something beyond telling their stories. There was justice to be pursued. And that's how I went beyond the newsroom. I ventured into the human rights fraternity, and I never went back to the newsroom again. I only use it as a tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found passion and fulfillment in the human rights work.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you've been doing this for a decade now.
Yes.
Has it, in what way has being a human rights defender changed your life? As you also change others, because I do believe that the work of HRDs really is the story of transforming the communities that you serve and the people that you serve. But let me ask this: in what ways has that journey transformed you and changed your life?
I've really grown. I've gained clarity in life. I've gained confidence. This is what this book is a testament on. What the human rights work has shaped me. If I wasn't a human rights defender, I would have been very ashamed to write this kind of materials.
Yeah.
But I think the human rights work has been a compass that has anchored me to tell the stories as they are,
Yeah.
to conquer the unconquered.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe I'm not the same girl who was in the newsroom again. Yes. Yeah.
So you've also kind of met a new version of yourself.
Yes, I've really evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And in your work as a human rights defender, as an activist, of course, there are many stories and like many heartbreaking stories for sure. You know, it's a heavy work. I work at an organization who is heavily in the HRD space as well, and we do hear this kind of stories. Is there one particular story that has stayed with you up until this moment that was like, wow, yeah, this is very heavy, and this is exactly the reason why I do the work that I do?
I think the story of enforced disappearances will forever be anchored. It will be forever in my mind. Meeting families and telling them, and even revealing to them, you might never see your loved ones. That was very, very heavy for me as a young girl. And also Shakahora also put me in another space that I never thought I would ever be. I met when I was helping people from the Mount Kenya region to go and identify bodies at Shakahora. That was so heavy for me.
Yeah.
And you know, it was bad.
Yeah.
Then there was the Mukuru, the Mukuru women,
Yeah.
whom up to today
Yeah.
we don't know. I dismissed their allegations by that guy who was arrested and then he disappeared. I dismissed that kind of investigations. I differ with it.
Yeah.
Somebody somewhere or some people somewhere were killing our women, yet
Yeah.
we might never know who killed our women. But the Mukuru tragedy was also hard. But above all, I keep saying there are low moments as a human rights defender, but the lowest is when a police officer come to you and tell you my life is in danger. Help me. Because there are violations even within the service.
Right.
That's low for me. I mean, a person who is supposed to be protecting me
Is unprotected.
There are so many violations.
Yeah.
Sometimes back we were dealing with a matter of sodomy. A whole OCS was sodomizing women police officers and even mahabusu. And I remember we were at KHRC when this policewoman came up. And I was with my friend Ruth Mombi and George Kiguru. And I've never cried the way we did. This is a policewoman narrating the atrocities that her boss did to her. And she also said that I'm not alone. Even the inmates have gone through this. It's a lot. I don't want to dig into what was happening. But that was also very low for us. Yeah. If police officers could go through that. So there are violations out and within the service.
system.
And there's a lot that need to be done.
Right.
I don't know when we are going to achieve that.
Wow. it's important that we don't forget that you are a human rights defender, and human comes first. So you are human.
Yes.
And this is very heavy material that you deal with. So how does one person take care of themselves? I mean, it's emotionally tasking, as I can imagine. It's mentally exhausting, as I can imagine. Sometimes there is a financial cost to it. Your own life could be at stake or in danger. How does a HRD even deal with all these aspects and still choose the life that they choose?
It's a journey, first of all, to understand that you can also be mentally not okay. It's a journey to understand and come into terms with that.
Right.
I would be lying to tell you that I'm 100% mentally okay dealing with these cases. You cannot. You can never be.
Yeah.
You can never deal with unresolved murders, bodies, post-mortem, and you be 100% mentally okay. But it's a journey towards healing. And personally, I've embraced therapy, and I'm doing a lot of self-care.
Okay.
I want to appreciate one human rights organization in Ireland called Frontline Defenders. They've been supporting my mental health and also unwinding. And also Defenders Coalition has also been very, very instrumental in taking care of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So the place of psychosocial support cannot be banished away when it comes to supporting the HRDs.
Yes.
What has the role of community been in terms of just holding you together? Because again, you need people that understand what it's like and to journey together with them.
One thing I would want to tell any upcoming human rights defenders that not everybody is for you. Not even we have lost friends along the way. Friends who comes and says, you know what, you are tackling a dangerous matter. Cannot work with you. I still remember during another low moment when our colleague and comrade Willie Kemani left us in a very brutal way. I remember sitting in a bar somewhere and somebody said, I don't want to sit next to you. You are exposing risks. And I said, who is for me? But I can as well acknowledge I meet people and they give me affirmations. My family, I have a sister who is a human rights defender. She's called Njoroge. She's been a great pillar. She's all over apply this funding. I saw you. You are doing a good work. Every other time she calls me, she tells me, take care of yourself and you're doing a good work.
Yeah.
My siblings have been very instrumental. My mother, my brother, all my sisters.
Yeah.
I can attest that I've been privileged to have a family that
supports
me. I put them in danger as well. I understand the situation I put them in.
Yeah.
But as well, they have never left me. They have never abandoned me. But I can tell I've been abandoned by friends. Yes. I've been abandoned by a spouse.
Yeah. Wow. Because of this work.
Yeah, because of this work. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it works in both ways. The community also shapes you.
Yeah.
It makes you understand that not everybody is for you, but there are people
that are for you.
Yes, that are for me.
What would you say to people who look at HRDs and one of the biggest criticisms that I've heard about people that are in this space is that they do it for the money?
Let me tell you, it has been a perception, and I will tell you this: not every HRD is in for the money. There are some who are there for the money, and without the money, they don't function. But people like us shows up. We show up when there is money. When there is no money, we show up. Yes.
Yeah.
And I keep saying, I will always be there. Yes. Whether like we had some government somewhere around the world decided to shut down some funding that we were really depending on, but we still showed up. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. I think that's a little bit of a place we've gotten to know you as the activist and as the human rights defender. And now I want us to segue right into the heroine sex workers of the Mau Mau. First of all, tell us the reason why you called it that, And then B, why did you decide to write this book?
I grew up in Gashie. Growing up in Gashie, the state of emergency was declared in Gashie when the paramount chief Warohi was shot dead there. And it was 1952. What triggered the state of emergency to be declared was now the death of this paramount chief and in Gashie. And a lot happened from that night, as my father and my grandmothers would narrate to me. And so I growing up in Gashie means you're growing up with all these stories, all these memories. If your father is not telling you about this story, your grandmother is doing this, is also touching something. So it has been a journey from the time my father was narrating to me on what happened that night when the state of emergency was declared, and the women around me. My great-grandmother, we used to call her Shoshoa Motirima, the grandmother of the walking stick. She really shaped me. And then there was another lady, we used to call her Shoshoa Maebe. She used to have a lot of mangoes.
Yeah.
She also shaped me. Yeah. So all these women would tell me stories. I was so young to grasp this. But when I was training as a journalist, I went back to them because I really needed to understand them. Yes, and then as my journey in writing this book, I used to have a friend. For her, she was from Scotland, and when I met her, she wanted to gather the stories around Mau Mau. Okay, and so I accompanied her all over. We even went to Manyani to document. We went to Hola. We went to Mwea. We went to Getamayo. And so, as she was documenting this, I was documenting mine as well. She really shaped me because she would facilitate for us to go. But there was an angle I wanted to get. Right. I wanted to know the contribution. For her, she was doing documentation about the whole Mau Mau thing and how it affected the community. She was doing the mental whatever. She was comparing her story with Hiroshima. You know Hiroshima? Yeah. Where there was bomb and kids, we used to hear that kids were being born not okay. Yeah. And so for her, she wanted to know the after effects of now the children who grew up around that time of independence. And so, and me, because Shoshoa Motirima and Shoshoa Maebe had already told me something, I now wanted to know the real contribution of women in the struggle. So with her facilitation, let's say we call it kudandia. I dandiaed and I was privileged because I didn't have to use a lot. Yeah. So I took advantage of that and I really, really gathered a lot, which was very heavy. It has been a journey even trying to come out even with this name because I knew there would be backlash.
Of course. Yeah. And it sometimes backlash is good. It gets people to read the book that you want them to read. So it still works. So Shoshoa Maembe, are they still alive?
No, unfortunately they are gone.
They are gone.
Yes.
Oh man, unfortunate. Yeah, it is unfortunate. But I mean, their story, your mind will remain to be the archive. And now you've given us an archive that we can take a small piece of the stories that you got from them. All right, so I want us to go step by step. So I'll tell you, when I was reading this book, this is where now we get graphic. The women went through what exactly? Tell the people, and without spoiling, because the point is they need to go and get this book. But without spoiling, just tell us some of the harrowing details that the women had to go through just for the liberation and the freedom of the Kenyan people.
First of all, I want to quote my Shoshoa Motirima, now my great-grandmother. Yeah. She told me, she used to say this, the freedom came from this. Now in Kikuyu, geke. She used to tell me in Kikuyu, we are the waimire geke. And so
which loosely translates to, we have international audience.
She used to say that freedom came from the, I don't know how to put
say it, from her vagina.
Freedom came from the vagina. Yes. The vagina contributed to the realization of our freedom. Yeah. And so let me tell you, there was gang rape during that time. Women had no choice with their bodies. I remember during the post-election violence, I was shaving her hair and cutting her nails. And so we were listening to radio, talking about what's happening around the world. And so we had an argument with an auntie of mine, and she was saying, no, there are people who deserve, some community needs to go through this. And Shosho said, stop it. You do not know what war did to women. And I backed up and I was asking her, Kwani, what did war do to women? And
in oblivion, obviously.
Let me tell you, she told me, leave my hair, leave my nails. Let me tell you, if you know what we went through during the
fight for independence.
The fight for independence. They used to insert bottles in our vaginas. They used to burn us with cigarettes. They used to gang rape us. They used to come even 10 men. And let me tell you, that was heavy for me. I imagined 10 men. Right now, if we talked even about sexual harassment, we'd be all in arms.
Up in arms,
There was no police station. There was no defense. We just stood with defiance. These women went all this for freedom.
For freedom.
Yes. Gang rape. And they were left with minimal options. Your husband is in Manyani. You have 5 children to take care of. And you know what? Hunger was a weapon. The people who were fighting us used hunger as a weapon. And I remember there was a lady who was telling me, I met her in Munyiri, and she was telling me there was a time she breastfed her kids. Her breast started bleeding. There was nothing. She was forced to give herself to the home guards. These are the people sharing foods during the war.
Right.
You have no otherwise. If you want food, give me this. Another lady also told me, these colonial soldiers would appear at your home. And there was a sound they would make. And you knew what they meant. So she used to tell me, every time I would hear that, I would undress.
Because that's
I don't want struggle. Right. And let me tell you, there are so many children who are born out of this. And these children lived to be isolated. When all these other men were coming from Manyani and Hola and
all those Kamete,
they came and found, this woman has 3 children. In fact, my grandfather was telling me, they were saying, we need to kill these children. We need to eliminate all these children of home guards.
Because their story is a story of shame.
And so there was another war. We've gained freedom, but there's another war. These women lived to fight for these children. Yes. They used to really defend these children. And you know, the most painful part was that child would ask you, now, who is my father? If this one is saying he's not my father, who is my father? And you do not know who is the father. You are gang raped by 10 of them.
Right.
There was no P2. There was no coil. There was no contraceptives.
No.
You were gang raped.
You had to carry
that pregnancy. There was no safe abortions.
Absolutely none.
Or even unsafe abortions.
So I think that is there's a chapter that you actually dedicate to these children. You know, the children who were appointees, I think we call them 0.5s, who came from these white men who are the guards at these police stations.
And even the home guards, the local home guards.
And even the local home guards as well. And in one of the stories that I was reading, there's a woman who told you that the son cannot even call her mom. He up to today, like he can't get to, like the honor and the dignity just was stripped away after he found out what he's a product of the gang rape. And then there's many other stories where you have there's many other parts in the book where you have said that the story of these women is a story of shame, but it's a story of rebuilding and sort of calling back honor and dignity to these women. I think particularly there's a line that you stated here, and I want to quote it. You said in page 16 that I realized that my work was no longer about collecting stories, it was about restoring honor. Tell us why that was so important as a realization, even as you told the stories of these women that had to go through absolutely hyenas and harrowing experiences, again, for our own liberties and freedoms.
First of all these women whom I met, they had one appeal. Please tell our stories. And I remember them saying when the Kapenguria 6 were being honored, the stories of women were never honored. We didn't have medals for women. And so to me, it was a pledge to these women. And I remember Shoshoa Motirima when I told her, now I want to be writing stories, I want to be a news anchor.
Yeah.
And she would tell me, tell them where it came from. Tell them our story.
Yeah.
My grandfather was somehow composed. He would tell us stories how he was friends with Tomboya in Ziwani. He would tell us stories of the Second World War. But he was isolating the stories of the women. And so Shoshoa Motirima would ask, why are you, Ambadi, why are you not telling them about what happened to women? And so my great-grandmother would tell me, please tell our story. All these women I met in Getamayo, in Moya, they were telling me, please tell our story. We were never honored. Our lands were taken away. We only talk about the heroes who were not really heroes. They were privileged heroes. So to me, it's a debt that I'm paying to these women. That I need to tell the erased history that was never told. Yes.
Right. And speaking of erasure, it oftentimes happens that women's side of the story is the one that is erased. Why is erasure such a lethal weapon? Because I think it is weaponized a lot. What do you think that's about?
History is written by men who are still patriarchal even today. If today we do not have monuments of our women nationalists, we are still a patriarchal society. And so the reason as to why histories and the contribution of women keep being erased, because we still have the patriarchy around us. And that is the mantles that we want to, that is what we want to dismantle. The altars of patriarchy and chauvinism, male-dominated roles to oppress men, to oppress women.
We have to subvert it one story at a time. So you also said that when the men went out there, they came back with land, medals, titles. Others were even promoted into maybe the colonial government. But when women came back, they came back to gossip, they came back to their silence, they came up to their shame. This juxtaposition of the condition of the society that we live in, it must be very infuriating, even as you pen down this book. Tell us a little bit more about what that meant for you.
That was really, it was really painful. Understanding that these women fought silent battles. And do you know these women, even the Mau Mau itself, the Mau Mau army did not recognize this contribution. They did not recognize that these women were giving themselves to these people for us to realize, to sustain the struggle. And so it was betrayal from both sides. And it has been a silent battle. As I said, we lived in a patriarchal society. These women never got a chance to tell their story as it is. So it can be very painful. And even digging into it, it's a very, very painful experience. Understanding that these women have fought silent battles forever. And what I realized, there was a pattern. These women who were given birth to, who had given birth outside the marital,
quote unquote,
marital setups, their husband, some of the husbands came and married again. And they said, I will not touch a woman who's been touched by the Gatis, the home guard. It is vulgar if I say it in Kikuyu. And so these women still fight even today because they are abused every day. Even in the society, in the neighborhood, that woman is always isolated. And you would have heard somebody said, huyo alikuwa malaya wa home guard.
Yeah.
Just because she had 3 kids. We do not know the
We
circumstances.
don't know what they had to go through.
We do not know whether it was the gang rape. And you know what? Even this sex work was also kind of rape.
Yes, because it's not consensual.
Yes,
in that
because
way.
it is not your wish.
Right.
This is not somebody you fall in love with and went to bed with. This is not somebody you got attracted
to.
This is not somebody who built you a flat. It was also a very, very painful ordeal. And let me tell you, when hunger became a weapon, the women had very, very minimal options of survival. And you know, even the fighters in the forest were sustained by what these women were sacrificing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another lady I've quoted here, we call her Shoshoa Maebe. She was telling me she used to limp. And so as children, we used to make fun of her. And so one day she caught me up the tree. I wanted to steal her mangoes.
I read that story and laughed.
And she told me, calm down.
Yeah.
And so I had to comply because, you know, when we were growing up, we would be punished by a neighbor. And I didn't want her to go back home, to go and tell my parents that I've stolen mangoes from her. So I complied. I surrendered. I told her, sorry. She told me, you children play around with me because you do not know my ordeal. You laugh at my leg.
You don't know the story of my
And
limb.
she told me, I limp because I was shot. She even made me touch. She died when the bullet was still
fresh.
Because it could not be removed because it was at a sensitive
area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so she told me the story. She made me touch the bullet. I could still feel it. And she told me when they shot her, 6 of them gang raped her.
Oh, God.
She's bleeding. They gang raped her. And she told me some other women found her almost unconscious and that they put some herb. Imagine the women had their own indigenous way to deal with the rape and whatever. They put some herbs to stop the bleeding and whatever.
What?
And she died at around 95 years with the bullets.
Just recently?
But it could be 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. May her soul, her defiant soul, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And so that was so heavy for me. I was so young. I was not even practicing journalism. I was so young, a primary school kid. But I went back to her for her to tell me.
The story now.
The story. She was frail when she was telling me the story. But it was still raw in her mind. You can imagine this woman. And you know what? Her 2 young men had died in the forest. He never saw the 2 young men again. Never saw
her
the
sons.
Never saw the sons.
Oh.
And as a result of the gang rape and whatever they did to her,
do
you know they gang rape you and put the
bottles inside?
She never gave birth again. Ever again.
Yeah.
And so the village would call her barren. And as the children, we will call her Wagadua, the one who limps. you understand?
Yeah.
And they would also call her Malaya because even of the stories she was given. And I learned this is a silent battle that many of these women walked through. They are still fighting our battles even today, even in their grave.
Yeah.
And nobody ever acknowledged that because his story was written by patriarchal men.
Yeah.
And that is why me as Marion, the activist, decided it doesn't matter the backlash. I will tell their stories. Yes.
Woo, guys. It's a very, very heavy and touching story. I mean, I wonder where your mind was at while writing these whole stories, because it's not enough to just go and sit and hear the women narrating everything that they had to go through. That already is a lot. And then now coming and packaging everything that you have had into a book, it's like you get to relive it again. How did you even do it? In the span of how long did you write this book? How long did it take you to get it done? What were you like? Where was your mind at that particular point?
I want to confess that I also had to go through therapy because of this book.
Yeah.
One day I realized my notebook was soaked. with
because
tears.
tears.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remembering the rose stories. And there was a lady in Moya whom I went to see now with my Scottish friend. And I told her, I have come to know the story of women. I told me, are you sure? Young girl, are you sure you want to know the stories of women? Are you sure you are going to listen? Are you sure you will not cry? I told her I will not cry. But let me tell you, when she was half of it. And I have also left out a lot.
Yeah.
I did not write the magnitude
Of everything.
of everything.
There's
because
more
There's more
than
This is-
bottles up the reproductive system. Wow.
They would even insert their hands. A whole hand. And we do not and let me tell you, our patriarchal society do not want to tell these stories.
Of course.
Yes.
Silence is a weapon. Silence is a weapon.
It is true.
Yeah.
And we need to dismantle this.
It has to be dismantled. We have to keep at it. Okay, so so you've sat down with these women, they have told you the stories, and then you come to fast forward 2026 Kenya, where it seems as if the more things change, the more they remain the same. We are on streets fighting against femicide. So women are still being brutalized in one way or the other. The systems that the women gave up their entire being to fight for, we still have the same sort of brutalization, whether it's systemic, whether it's, bad governance and everything, So it's like, when you look at what they were fighting for versus the place that we are in right now, and I do understand that it's not the same, but this is not the dream that they had when they were giving up everything they had. This is not the dream. This is not the ideal world that they would have wanted to see Kenya liberated from. So, do you feel like we have let these women down as a people in terms of we've taken our liberties and freedoms for granted? We do not know the cost of this freedom that they gave their lives up for. Yeah.
I hear people saying that we need to be colonized again.
Hey.
If Shosho Amotrima was alive and hear that, I don't know.
She would
rather
go beat back. Us in with her Motirima.
Yes.
Yeah.
What war did to women and what war is doing to women. During these Gen Z's protests, and my good friend Jeremy can attest to this, on the story, the kind of stories she dealt with. Women were violated. Women were raped. Others kept silent.
We've not even had any sort of story about women. We had one, and I think we were talking with my producer. We had that there were women who were gun raped by goons.
Yes.
But we don't know where that story went. It was buried. Yeah.
It's shameful to
Yeah.
them. They do not they do not want to come out. Some of them silently sought for medical help. But a lot of women. This is what war do to women. We are going through economic war right now.
Yes.
And this is what the economic war is doing to our women.
Yeah.
When a country is unstable, we are not, everybody is kind of mentally disturbed because of the economic
state of things.
Yeah.
The
economic state of things.
Yeah.
And this is what war did to women.
Yeah.
We are being murdered left, right, and center. Because of the status we are as a country.
Right.
And this is what war do to women. We've let down the heroine sex workers of Mau Mau. The women who gave their all for freedom. We are not yet to Huru.
We are not yet to Huru.
Yes.
In a way, this is, the sexual becomes the political. And for these women, really, indeed, I think there's a part in the book that you wrote about a woman that you met at the
Uhuru Gardens.
Yes, at Uhuru Gardens. Yes. Yeah, and then I think she told you about how during the time when we gained independence.
And that night.
Yeah, that night. Tell us about that night and what this woman told you. What was her name? I can't remember her name.
Tata Warware.
Yes.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
The auntie of Nyeri. Rwara is Nyeri.
Oh, Rwara is Nyeri.
Yeah.
Oh, how
what happens
is in Nyeri?
No.
Yeah.
We Kabete people. Nyeri people call the Kiambu people. Kabete people.
Okay, yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
And us, we call the Nyeri people Rware.
What
the
does
people
that
of
mean?
Rware. I don't know what it means.
Okay.
Then we call the Muranga people
Yes.
Metumi. People from
Metumi.
Metumi.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And so
Maitowa Rware.
Yes, I called her Maitowa Rware.
Yeah.
She did not want her name to be
out there.
Yes.
Which
but when you hear Maitowa Rware, just know it's the mom of Nyeri. She came from a place called Idakahuno.
Okay.
And the father was in Manyani. The mother died while giving birth to the last born. She also gave me an insight on the sex work element.
Right.
But now what I captured from her is what happened that night when the flag went
the Union
up.
Jack.
People were very excited over they did what freedom meant to them. And let me tell you, people made out.
Yeah, made love. I think,
people
actually,
made love.
let's just say it. She said on page 38 of the book that she told you that on the day of the day the independence flag was raised by Kisoi Munyao at Uhuru Gardens, people wept, others sang, and others in wild joy of freedom, they made love under the stars. Some conceived that night, children born of jubilation, conceived in the soil of liberty.
Yeah. They are children of Uru Gardens whom people don't never mention. But at that night, children were conceived.
Yeah.
And people made love under the stars. She was showing me what happened here. I don't know. I do not want to go to the depth of it, but it's like there was an orgy.
And you also capture it very well. You say that freedom was born from our pain and also from our pleasure.
Yes.
Both are part of the story.
Yes.
Yeah, and speaking of pleasure, there's a chapter that you have also dedicated to laughter, and laughter being part of the revolution.
Yes.
Why? Because joy is also resistance in its own way.
Yes.
So while I understand that these are very harrowing and painful and hurtful and just very, I don't even have the words for it. It's a courageous move to create space for laughter and joy as part of active resistance and protest and resilience and defiance.
Yes.
Tell us why it was important for you to share the stories of joy and laughter for these women, even as you tell the stories of what they had to endure.
I sometimes read this book. Sometimes I want to cry when I'm reading it. Then I go to another chapter.
And you laugh.
And I laugh.
Yeah.
That's how I designed my book. And if you can see, I start with very sad. And in the middle of it, I had to balance, and I said I was writing this. I was seeing a therapist, and so she also advised, please don't subject people into this.
Yeah.
So I had to balance between the emotions for people to read my stories.
Yeah.
You know, there are programs that I watch, there are YouTube channels that I watch, and I do not want to watch it for the next minute. It makes you cry. And so I decided I'll make people cry, make people laugh, but I will tell the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It was a
unique
way of telling the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there is a whole chapter that you have dedicated to the forgotten women nationalists.
Yes, I picked 4, but there were many.
There are many others. This is Mekatilindi Wamenza. We also have Syokimau. We have Chelagat Mutai and General Nyanjiru.
Yeah.
We also had Wambui Otieno.
Yes.
Why was it important for you to also state categorically why these women cannot be erased?
I also wanted to tell the stories of women. They might not have given sex, but they were also There were also soldiers
In their own right.
in the revolution.
Yeah.
These are women who picked guns, who had rifles, but nobody ever told their story. We talk about Wamboyi Otieno, about her love story, but we never talked about Wamboyi Otieno, the militant,
Yeah.
the one who was in Hola.
Yeah.
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 And she used to tell her stories, but we did not tell her story. And I've several documentation of her saying, even been interviewed by Jeff Koinange and saying what happened to her, how she conquered so many battles. And I decided, I think we need to tell the militant part of these stories.
Yeah.
The women who became men. General Nyanjiro, she dared men.
Yes.
When Harithuku was arrested, she went to challenge the colonial governor. And he told men, if you cannot come here and protest,
Me, I'll do it.
she even stripped and told
Yes.
them, bring the trousers.
Yeah.
And she was shot. Shot dead.
She was shot dead.
We need a monument
We
about...
don't even have
We
it.
do not-
It's even called Harithuku Road.
Yes.
Where it happened. You see, another form of erasure. Why don't we have even a name named after these women? For example, okay, at least we have Syokimau.
Yeah.
But I also don't think people know that Syokimau was named after this Syokimau.
People don't know.
Yeah.
I would want my children, my great-grandchildren, to learn about Syokimau. Not only the Syokimau, the place, but Syokimau, the conqueror.
woman.
The woman who told that these people are coming and they're
Yeah.
going to do this. She foresaw.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
We need to tell, if that was a tool in the war.
Correct.
Yes. Even for-
Spiritual sight and just prophecy. I think you called it her prophecy will not go unnoticed in the fight for liberation.
Yes,
Yeah.
we need also to tell the militant stories, and that is why I decided I will write both the vulgar and even
Yeah.
these gallant
Yeah.
women soldiers.
Yeah.
And in fact, in my next phase, I would want to have exhibitions of all these women.
Yes.
I'm collecting now. I'm not only for Mau Mau.
Please, yeah.
In towns, I used to hear somebody where when the rail was being built, women also went through violations. There were freedom fighters who are women in other communities. I want to tell their stories. In Kisii,
Yes.
there are women freedom fighters.
Yeah.
Now that I've told about Mau Mau, I want now to bring out to the light about female freedom fighters
Yeah.
whom we will never hear unless we women tell their stories.
Yes, unless we women tell their stories. Yeah.
And also there were women who were medicine women.
yes.
There's this man who was called Wainga and he was in Nyeri. He used to treat everyone. And now when the white man came, he decided all of them are running to him. They came with blankets and donated to the people. And people had... the blankets were infected with smallpox. And so they knew this is something that was manufactured. They had manufactured in their labs or whatever.
Weapons.
Eh,
Bioweapons.
Bioweapons.
Yeah.
And they brought it to the Africans. So Wainga could not fight with this that was. Wainga could only fight natural diseases.
Okay.
So there was mutation with these diseases. It was biochemically made. And so they came up with another doctor. They used to call him Jesu. So people would prefer Jesu because if I go to Jesu, I will be healed.
Yeah.
If I come to Wainga,
Yeah.
Wainga would only apply some pale ointment. I will walk away pale. So that is why there was a song we used to sing. Dahunyokete giuma kwa Wainga, Jesu akegusia kwa Wainga digasoka. That I was pale when I was coming from Wainga. Jesu called me. He healed me. I'm not going back to Wainga.
Right.
You
So
understand?
Wainga in a way also is a story of colonization where they completely brandished his name away, and
Yes.
and many others. We have the story of Baimongi, for example,
Yes.
where he became a collaborator. Apparently,
Yes.
that's what people were saying, and
Yes.
he was banished also. And you did tell the story of such people in this book as well.
Yes.
So it's incredible. I was gonna ask you, so what is the next step for the Mau Mau, for the heroine sex workers of the Mau Mau? Are you planning to go on a national tour, global tour? Because
Yeah.
this is a global story.
I
It
plan to
is.
go for a national tour.
Yeah.
And for a global tour.
Yeah.
But I also want to do a documentary
Aha.
on the same.
Okay.
I want even these children of these women to tell the stories.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Something that will be outlived by generation to generation.
Yeah.
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 What do you hope that people will walk away when they get to read your book?
I think what people walk away with when they read the book is the real history.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's not lie to our children again. And let me tell you, I have an appeal to the Kenyan government. Can you destroy any other history that we had?
Correct.
We start investing in the real history. There are people, I don't want to mention their names, whom I, as a child, I thought they were they were freedom fighters. And they were not.
And they
We
were
read
not.
history.
They were sanitized.
They were sanitized. You cannot tell me where people in the forest, you are somewhere enjoying life in London. People are languishing in the forest. Women are being gang raped.
Smuggling food and weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
How are you a hero when you want to fly to London? And if you even came back with children, that means there was pleasure. You understand? To me, there are people who are not, they're not freedom fighters to me.
Yeah.
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 They were beneficiaries of the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, Marion, it has been an absolute joy and pain as well getting to discuss this book because as I said, it's very heavy. But as we wrap up the conversation, how do people get this book? How much is it going for? Yes, how do they get in touch with you to get to their books also? Please, this is your camera.
Yeah. I'll give out my sales number.
Okay.
Right now I'm doing face to face. I'm meeting my clients
Face to
like
face.
one and even getting to have a conversation on this.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. But if you are in town, Tuskys Beba Beba. There's a bookshop on the rooftop, the only bookshop there. We have a shelf there. The books are there. Okay. But we are finalizing with Nuria today and Kibanga. And so our books, we will also be doing supermarkets. But I'll give you my number, the number that I'm using for sales. You can WhatsApp me and we are doing deliveries.
Okay.
For wholesale, we are doing at $850.
Okay.
If you buy more than one book.
Yeah.
And for retail, we are doing at $950.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yes.
I mean, whatever is in here is priceless.
Yes.
You can't put a tag on the history and the richness of this book. So, guys, please get the book.
And I want to also announce that a portion of the proceeds goes towards educating and putting kids in school, and specifically kids of incarcerated women, kids of victims of we cannot call them survivors, but women who are murdered. Femicide victims. We want to put their children in school.
Okay.
Regardless, we want their children to continue with life.
Yeah.
So a portion of the money goes to those passionate cause. Yeah.
Wow. What is your parting shot, even as we conclude today's conversation? I mean, I called it a love offering to the Kenyan people, to the Kenyan women specifically. Yeah, but I wonder what your parting shot would be as we conclude the conversation today.
It's time to tell the story as it is. It's time to write the erased history. It's time to reclaim the spaces for women nationalists, the space for women nationalists.
Yeah.
And to the Kenyan government, I have an appeal that the contribution of women who were violated, their contribution really matters. Tell the story as it is. Invest in history. And to the British government, you wrote the history, but you did not tell the people the way the story was. To the British government, it's time you tell the people that the war was not benevolent. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And finally,
yes,
struggle, aluta continua.
Aluta.
Yeah.
Continua. Marion Njoroge, thank you so much for your labor of love. This is definitely a labor of love, for enduring the painful stories of the Kenyan women, but also the stories of our freedom, and coming and sharing it with us through your book. May these stories that you've captured so beautifully never die. Let them live and echo within the Kenyan peoples forever and ever. Amen. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Long live Power 254.
Long live Power Radio.
Yeah.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our conversation today. My goodness, this has been will be one for the books. Pun intended. One for the books for sure.
I need to give out my number.
Okay, please. Yeah.
If you need to order my book,
yes,
0722 289 339. We are doing deliveries countrywide through parcels.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the CBD, delivery is free.
Yeah.
And Nairobi and its environs.
Yeah.
If you are out of Nairobi, we do parcels.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do we have a soft copy?
Not yet, because we don't want it to be circulated.
Okay.
Yes.
Sawa. That's okay. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Valentine's is coming, and if you do not know what to get your lover, you can get them this book, please. Yeah, that would be a great way to gift someone. Gift them the true history of what Kenya actually is and what it went through. Sawa. So, guys, I'll see you on Wednesday. Do have yourself a fantastic rest of the day and keep it Power Radio. Bye for now.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Washington. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. When you see me pray, I am struggling to find my way. I hustle night and day, so I can feed my lovely family. Ukiniona jukwani, ninaruka kamchizi, mikrofoni mkononi, natafuta salari, salari, oh. Salari, oh. Ninatafuta salari, oh. Salari, oh. Salari, oh. Salari, oh. Situtafute salari, oh. Salari, oh. Beste mujikaze, na hizo shati zenu mzikunje. Mama mashambani, na hizo leso zenu mzifunge. Roho juu na ipande, na wanaokatia washuke. Bodaboda mujikaze, kibarua mujikaze, wakulima mujikaze, mujikaze, wamatri mujikaze, wasanii mujikaze, tutafute ni salari, mwishowe
sivaitai madharau haifai nina hustle till I die sema tena till I die hata kama sivaitai madharau haifai nina hustle till I die sema tena till I die hata kama sivaitai madharau haifai nina hustle till I die. Salario, salario, ninatafuta salario, 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 sitatafuta salario, 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 haitai, madharau haifai, ninatafuta salario, sema tena till I die.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.